Chris is from New Braunfels, Texas. He's an Eagle Scout. And Chris is going to share with us sort of his personal journey, if you will, as he went through sort of the family scouting conversations. Chris, are you ready? Come on up.
My name is Chris Smith. I'm from the Alamo Area Council. I am the Cubmaster of Pack 163, chartered out of St. Peter Paul Catholic Parish. Thank you. I'm also on the committee for a very special group that is the first all-girl pack in the Alamo Area Council, chartered out of the same organization, Pack 363, which I'm very, very, very proud of. But one thing I'd like to talk to you guys about today is the way I felt when this program change started to kick in. There's quite a few things that I wasn't sure how it was going to go down. Times were changing, the program was coming out. As an Eagle Scout, I felt torn. I wasn't sure what to do. It all started when I went to a family planning meeting that was held in our council office. That family planning meeting, I learned girls were coming. And as a young man, I said, whoa, what in the world are we doing? I had no clue. I'm sure that many people out there have, and or possibly still have, the same thoughts going of which direction are we headed? Well, with that all said, I was very hesitant. I didn't know what to do, what to think. I reached out to many scouting friends of mine and said, what are we doing? How do you feel about this? And they kind of felt the same way that I did. They were confused, they weren't sure. The big push to Eagle Scout for females. And we said, whoa, that's a guy thing, that's a boy thing, that's something that we do. And I wasn't sure what conclusion to come of it. Now, there have been lots of changes in the BSA, and with all of that, many feelings of both directions of, hey, this is positive, hey, I'm not so sure about this. Well, I took it all back and brought it to the group, and one of the neat things about our group is there's a lot of diversity, and we said, well, let's see what happens. So, after the program did roll out, I can tell you right now that I am very, very positive about what's coming, what's already here, and the direction that we're going with the BSA, especially with including the family program. The family program, to me, has become a very genuine item, and it's something that I'm now hold very strong in my heart. After being on the fence for so long and seeing now the way that this program came out and the topics that were hit of, it's a choice. It's not a mandate. If the chartering organization feels that this meets the needs of its group, this meets the needs of the chartering organization's mission, then they're going to jump in with both feet. And we're not, per se, bringing it in to make it a completely co-ed program. We're giving them the option. We're saying, guys, if these girls want to participate, we have a way. And we have a way that still keeps all these values that are special to us as the Boy Scouts and as young men to not be changed. But at the same time, to offer those values and that program and everything that it brings forward to a young person's life. Well, my whole life has turned around. We went from not knowing what we were doing, what was going to happen, to where we are today. My daughter, and I'll bring her up here in just a second, but my daughter's 5 years old. With the program up, and with the program running, and knowing what was the layout of the initiative and how it was going to play, we asked, my wife and I both, we asked my daughter, we said, what do you want to do? You want to be a part of this? And she said, well, I want to do what the boys do. And I said, well, okay. I said, we can still go camping. We can still, we can do some activities. We can go shoot. You love to shoot? We can go shoot. Boy Scouts love to shoot, right? Yeah, absolutely. So I said, we can do all this stuff. And she says, no, Dad. I want to do it with you. And I said, wow. That pulls on your heartstrings more than anything else. As a father, to have your 5-year-old daughter, and I'll tell you, she is the only girl of 4 children of mine. I have 3 boys and 1 daughter. And my daughter typically has been attached to my wife like a tail. But for her to tell me that, I crumbled. I didn't know what to do. So when the opportunity came about, and we met with our parish, we met with Father Carlos Velasquez down in New Braunfels. We met with our chartering organization rep, Mr. David Schlager. And we met with other folks who were interested in doing this, including Selena Garcia, who happens to be the Cub Master now for our group. We decided we were going to start an all-girl unit. We want these girls to jump, and we want these girls to learn, and we want them to enjoy. So we did. And we took it even as far as my wife now, believe it or not, and I like to give her a hard time because she gives me a hard time in return on the fact that I didn't get to hike film line as a kid. That was one thing in scouting I missed out on. She did it. She loves to razz me about it. I've been trying to get her involved in scouting for quite a while now, beyond when she was an explorer as a kid. Well, she is now the committee chair for our all-girl pack, 363. And it's one thing that I'll tell you. Come up here, McKinley. One thing I'll tell you that this little person right here, this is my daughter, McKinley. She is ecstatic that her mom is involved, she's ecstatic that her dad is involved, and she's ecstatic that her friends are involved, and that she gets to do the same thing that her brothers get to do. That she not only gets to participate in all of the adventures, but on top of that, she gets to be rewarded for those adventures just as well. She watches her brothers go up there on stage and they get their ring awards. Well, now it's her turn too. And so, for anybody who potentially has been feeling the way that I was in the very beginning, I can tell you right now that going into this, it in no way, shape, or form hinders the values or the mission of the program for the BSA, but it simply expands to other folks, especially a second gender, of kids that want that in their life and see what it's brought to everybody else's life. So thank you very much.
Okay, let's